Boys and girls, our first book today is going to be And the Dish Ran Away with the Spoon. It is written by Janet Stevens and Susan Stevens Crummell, also illustrated by Janet Stevens. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such a sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon. Oh, everybody up! They didn't come back. Cow opened one eye. What do you mean they didn't come back? Dish and spoon always come back. Not this time, said Cat. Look, they're gone for good. History. Adios. Leave them alone and they'll come home, mumbled Dog. Now leave me alone. Can't you see I'm dog tired? You're tired, said Cow. Ever tried jumping over the moon? Well, whoop-de-doo to you, said Dog. Why do we need dish and spoon anyway? We just do, said Cat. It's the way our rhyme goes. I fiddle, she jumps, you laugh, they run. Then they come back so we can do it again the next time. Without dish and spoon, there's no rhyme. No more diddle diddle. It's over. Well, why don't we just change their part, Dog growled. Cow yawned. We could end it, and the cow took a nap until noon. Or maybe, and the little dog bit a baboon, Dog smirked. Oh, stop fiddling around, Cat demanded. We don't have much time. You know our rhyme gets read every night, but it can't be read without dish and spoon. We have to find them now. Cow slowly got up. Don't have a cow, Cat. I'm coming. Doggone it, muttered Dog. I guess I'm coming too. So off went the three with a hey diddle dee by the light of the silvery moon. The cat with his fiddle, the cow and the dog, to bring back the dish and the spoon. Soon they came to a fork in the road. Excuse me, Fork, we're in a jam, said Cat. Dish and spoon ran away and our rhyme can't be read without them. Can you help us? Fork thought for a moment. Let's see. A couple of lost sheep wandered by. 24 blackbirds flew over. Oh yes, I do remember seeing a dish with little flowers on it and a long skinny spoon. In fact, they look kind of familiar. I think we're from the same place setting. Cut the blah, 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 and get to the point, said Dog. Which way did they go? Fork glared. You sure are grumpy, little dog. They could have gone any direction. North, south, east, west, northeast, northwest, west, east. Wait a minute, there's no west, east, interrupted Cat. I'm confused. Maybe you could draw us a map. I'll take a stab at it, said Fork. Look at that map. They went by Little Boy Blue and Little Miss Muffet and Bo Peep and Wolf's house and the house that Jack built and 3 men in a tub and the beanstalk and Humpty Dumpty's wall and 3 bears' house. Which way should we go? Asked Cat. The 3 bears live 1 mile east and Little Boy Blue's haystack is 1 mile west. 3 bears, said Cow. They say Mama the Bear's bed is really soft. Fork looked worried. I wouldn't go there. The bears don't like strangers dropping by. Then it's off to the haystack, cried Cat. With the blow of a horn and the cow in the corn, the 3 headed off to the west. The cranky old dog and the fiddling cat and the cow who just wanted to rest. Here he is, yelled Cat. He's under this haystack, fast asleep. Wake up, lazy little boy, barked Dog. Shh, He looks so peaceful, whispered Cow. I think I'll hit the hay too. There's no time for a nap, warned Cat. Search his haystack. Achoo! Dog sneezed. The haystack was gone. Well, no dish and spoon in there, said Cow. Little Boy Blue rubbed his eyes. Hey, where'd my haystack go? Sorry, dog has hay fever, Cat replied. We're in a pickle. Dish and spoon ran away, and our rhyme can't be read without them. Can you help us? Oh, that's nothing to sneeze at, Little Boy Blue stretched. But I've been asleep. I can't even find my cows and my sheep. And where's that horn? We're barking up the wrong tree, Dog mumbled. Let's go north to Little Miss Muffet's. With a curd and a whey and a dickory day, they set out for Miss Muffet's place. The cat with the fiddle, the cow who could jump, and the dog with a scowl on her face. A big creepy spider sat on a tuffet. May I help you? We're in a mess, said Cat. Dish and spoon ran away. Yeah, Spider interrupted. I have the same problem with Miss Muffet. I try to be nice, get to know her, even sit down beside her, and then gone every time. But Miss Muffet always comes back, right? Said Cow. This time Dish and Spoon didn't come back. Are they here? The only dishes here are the ones in the sink. Were your friends clean or dirty? Spider asked. They were clean when they left, Dog said, but who knows what they look like now? Cat rummaged through the sink. I don't see them. Now what? Spider grinned. Why don't you try Wolf's house? It's about a mile east of here. You mean the big bad wolf? Said Cow. He's not big and bad all the time, said Spider. Why, Wolf is very kind to strangers. I bet he's having some for lunch right now. So with a huff and a puff and a diddle-dee-duff, by the hair of their chinny-chin-chins, the cow and the dog and the cat traveled east to where the dark forest begins. No bones about it, whispered Dog. It's dark in this neck of the woods. Cow stopped. Why don't you two just go on ahead? I'll wait right here. Don't be a chicken, said Cat. I'm not a chicken, I'm a cow. Then get a move on, Cat ordered. They crept deeper and deeper into the forest. Look, whispered Cat, there's Wolf's house. I'm looking, Cow stammered. Looks pretty big and bad to me. Dog marched ahead. Come on, I bet his bark is worse than his bite. Wolf opened the door. Hello, my little morsels. Come in and join me for lunch. We're in a predicament, said Cat bravely. Dish and Spoon ran away, and our rhyme can't be read without them. Can you help us? Of course I can. Wolf licked his chops. But you three look so tired. I have a nice tub of hot water bubbling over the fire. First, I can rub-a-dub-dub you down with a little seasoning. Bath oil. Then Dog spotted it on the floor. A tiny chip of floured china. Our friends, she gasped. What have you done with our friends? Wolf grabbed her. Come on, you dirty dog. It's time to get in the tub. I'm just in the mood for a tasty dog treat. I'm not tasty, pleaded Dog. I'm grumpy and tough. Wolf held Dog over the pot of boiling water. Then you'll taste just like my mama's cooking. Cow screamed, let that little dog go. But of course I'll let her go. Right into the pot, Wolf laughed. Ha, ha, ha. Just then, Cat had an idea. He put his fiddle under his chin and began to play a soft and tender lullaby. Wolf stopped. He turned his head. My mama, she used to sing that song to me every night before I went to sleep. Wolf cradled Dog in his arms and crooned, rock-a-bye, Wolfie, in your big bed. Wolf lay down on the floor. His big eyes closed and his big ears flopped. The big bad wolf was fast asleep. Dog wiggled free. They all tiptoed past Wolf and then bolted out the door and down the path. Whew, Cow sighed. That was a close shave. We're not out of the woods yet, panted Dog. Suddenly, a voice boomed in the distance. Fee, fi, fo, fish. I smell the blood of a spoon and a dish. Cat, Dog, and Cow froze. The voice is coming from the east, said Cow. It sounds like the giant, cried Dog. Dish and spoon must be at the beanstalk. Cat grabbed the map from Cow. Oh no, the beanstalk! Look how far away it is. I can help, said Cow. Hop on, I'll get us there in a flash. With a fee and a fum and a twiddle-dee-dum, the cow jumped high in the air. Over the forest and meadows they flew, and lickety-split, they were there. Cow, Cat, and Dog landed at the foot of the beanstalk. Help! Came a cry from above. We're falling down, falling down, falling down. Crash! Boing! At last they had found Dish and Spoon. Cat rushed over. Spoon, Spoon, are you all right? I think so, said Spoon. But where's Dish? She's over here, said Cow. And she's over here, said Dog. And she's over here too, said Cat. Oh no, cried Spoon. She's everywhere. As they picked up the broken pieces, Spoon sobbed. Wolf chased us up the beanstalk, and then Giant chased us down the beanstalk, and we slipped. We didn't mean to run away. Each time our rhyme was read, we went a little further and a little further, and this time we went too far and got lost. It was scary. Look, Dish is trying to say something, said Cow. Quick, put her mouthpieces together. I want to go home, whispered Dish. With Dish in a sack, they all headed back, and hardly a sentence was spoken. The cat, the dog, the cow, and the spoon, their friend and their hearts were broken. Now what are we going to do? Cat moaned as they traveled south towards home. This is really the end, the final curtain. Dish is nothing but a pile of chips. Our rhyme is over forever. Dog stopped in her track. Look, Humpty's wall. He falls apart every day. Somebody has to put him back together. Let's go find out who. They raced toward the wall, and Dog spotted a sign on a nearby tree. Jack's Repair Shop. You blew it, and I glue it. Inside Jack's shop, the floor was covered with eggshells, broken beds and chairs, snipped off noses, and sticks and straws. What's the problem? Asked Jack, gluing a tail on a mouse. Dish went to pieces. Our rhyme has fallen apart. Can you help us? Cat asked sadly. I am a jack of all trades, and I'm nimble and quick too. Jack took the sack, but this looks bad, really bad. I'll see what I can do. They paced up and down with a fiddle-dee frown, Spoon, Little Dog, Cat, and Cow. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't help anyone now. At last, Jack returned, and Dish was right behind him. It was tough, but I stuck with it. See, Dish is as good as new, said Jack. Well, except for that one little missing piece. You mean this piece, said Dog, holding out the chip of flowered china. You found it, cried Dish. It chipped off when I was running from Wolf. I crashed into that big pot. Jack glued the chip in place. Hooray! Dish is back together, and so are we. Everyone cheered as they rushed outside. Dish smiled at Dog. I'm a full plate, thanks to you. When the chips are down, you can count on me, Dog chuckled. Hey guys, did you hear that? I cracked a joke. Dish began to laugh, then Spoon, then Cow, and then Cat. And then Dog threw her head back and laughed louder than anybody else. Who would have believed it, said Cow. Dog really laughed. And Cat played the fiddle and saved us from Wolf. And Cow got us to the beanstalk by jumping higher than ever, said Cat. Speaking of jumping, we'd better go. It's almost time. And in the winking, blinking of an eye, they were back home. Quick, places, everyone, yelled Cat. Hey, diddle, diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such a sport. And the dish ran away with the spoon. Except it says, and the dish stayed at home with the spoon. The end. Wasn't that a good book? Another fun book for you boys and girls. This one's about Humpty Dumpty, and it's about what happened after the fall. How Humpty Dumpty got back up again. By Dan Santat. My name is Humpty. This was my favorite spot, high up on the wall. I know, it's an odd place for an egg to be, but I loved being close to the birds. Then one day I fell. I'm sort of famous for that part. Folks called it the Great Fall, which sounds a little grand. It was just an accident, but it changed my whole life. Fortunately, all the king's men managed to put me back together again. Well, at least most of me. There were some parts that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. After that day, I became very afraid of heights. I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things. I walked past the wall every day, and I would think about climbing that ladder again. I really missed the birds and being high above the city, but I could never do it because I knew that accidents can happen. I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. Then one day, an idea flew by. Making planes was harder than I thought. It was easy to get cuts and scratches, but day after day I kept trying and trying until I got it just right. My plane was perfect and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. It wasn't the same as being high up in the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. Unfortunately, accidents happen. They always do. I almost walked away again, but then I thought about all the time I'd spent working on my plane and all the other things I'd missed. I decided I was going to climb that wall. But the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. I didn't want to admit it. I was terrified. I didn't look up. I didn't look down. I just kept climbing, one step at a time, until I was no longer afraid. Maybe now you won't think of me as that egg who was famous for falling. Hopefully you'll remember me as the egg who got back up. And then he got knocked down again by a bird and learned how to fly. Jack, be nimble. Jack, be quick. Jack jumped over the candlestick. Mother Goose Interrupted presents
This Little Piggy.
This Little Piggy.
No way, Mother G. Ain't no one gonna call me a little piggy.
What?
I'm the big toad, you understand?
How do you expect me to finish my nursery rhyme? The little piggy thing is part of it.
Don't care, not my problem.
Well, young man, it is your problem now. I will not have you ruining a timeless classic.
But...
Silence! This little piggy went to market. This little piggy stayed home.
OMG.
Don't old Mother Goose me, Toad too.
But that's totally sketchy. There's like no way I'm staying home. I'm going market hopping with Toe 1. I've been completely jazzed for a raspberry smoothie from Franny's Frozen Fruits, and you are so not stopping me from getting one.
But Toe 2 is the one who stays home.
As if Toe 3 can stay. She totally sits around and reads, like, all day anyway.
Toe 3 gets the roast beef.
What? That is so not rad.
Still, that's the way it is. You see, this little piggy went to the market, this little piggy stayed home, and this little piggy had roast beef and...
Excuse me, Madam Goose, but I feel obligated to point out that Toe 2's complaint is ungrounded anyway. It is quite clear that we are connected on the same foot. If Toe 1 goes to the market, the rest of us also participate.
I don't get it.
Don't worry about it, Toe 4. I'm only reciting a playful rhyme that mothers do with their babies.
I still don't get it.
The rhyme is based on the ridiculous notion of connected appendages being able to simultaneously participate in divergent journeys. That's why you're confused. You're simply another victim, an impressionable young mind bewildered by obvious nursery rubbish.
Appenda what?
Oh, don't mind him, Toe 4. We can discuss the philosophy of nursery rhymes later. Anyway, this little piggy had roast beef and...
I'm sorry, but I can't eat the roast beef.
Oh, why can't any of you toes just let me finish?
I'm so sorry, Mrs. Goose. Please don't be angry, but I can't eat roast beef. I'm vegan.
No meat?
No dairy either. Peace, hope, and love for bovines and their beverages. But veggie burgers with tofu cheese are quite tasty. Jag my toe with tofu. Veggie burgers? I don't think I could eat tofu. It would be like eating my own brother. Tofu, you goofball, not tofu. Oh, sorry.
Hey, I'll eat the roast beef. It's packed with protein. I'm trying to bulk up my joints.
As if. I totally need the protein to give me a stronger nail. What's protein? Is that a professional teenager or something? Well, duh.
Actually, proteins are large biological molecules.
Don't get all smarty pants with me. You're like not the protein professor. If I want roast beef, then...
All of you stop arguing. The roast beef is for Toe 3. She can just pretend to eat it. I don't have veggie burgers anyway. I've already done all the shopping for my nursery rhymes.
You can check with old Mother Hubbard. She's vegan too. I'm sure she'd share. I like sharing. Do you want half a Cheez-It? I've got one in my pocket left over from last Friday. Seriously? You totally didn't just offer a stale Cheez-It to a vegan, did you? Did you want the other half?
I'll take it, dude. I already did 100 toe-ups this morning. I'm starving.
That is enough. I need all 5 of you to get quiet and stay in line. Toe 1, you go to the market. Toe 2, you're staying home. Toe 3, you pretend to eat the roast beef. And Toe 4, you'll get none. And as for you, Toe 5...
I would prefer that you call me Fifth Phalange.
As for you, Fifth Phalange, you will go wee, wee, wee all the way home.
You said wee wee.
Oh, I give up. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Go. Hi everybody, now it's time to have some fun. So first of all, you want to grab your kit. Again, if you haven't come in and gotten those, you can come in and get them. We still have some, so feel free to come in and get some. But the first thing I want you to pull out is this cute little reading chart. And it says, imagine your story. It says beginning June 1st, which was Monday, color in one book for every hour that you read. And this will go all the way until August 12th. So we can also make you extra copies and you can do more than one. But for every one that you fill up, you will get a ticket to go in for some additional prizes that go along with our summer reading program, okay? So you can have your families help you keep track of that, okay? So one book for every hour you read, all right? Okay, so we're gonna start with some of our crafts, okay? So for today, you will need scissors, some glue or tape, and some crayons. Now, please don't worry about keeping up with me. I'm just going to quickly go through each craft, and then you can do these crafts at home whenever it works for you. This will be on video, so you can go back and rewatch it and all of those kind of things, and you can do it when it works out best for you and your family, okay? So if you empty out your bag, I'll put my bag here to the side. The first thing we're going to look at is these 2 pieces of pink paper. So you have a half a sheet, and then you have a little quarter sheet right here, okay? And this is going to go along with our Hickory Dickory Dock. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1, the mouse ran down, Hickory Dickory Dock. So you're going to be making this little mouse, okay? So this one is super simple too. So you want to take your pink piece of paper, okay, fold it over, just fold it in half. And this is where some of you might need a little bit of help from a bigger brother or sister, or from mom or dad or grandma, someone like that. You want to cut out a heart. So sometimes we can cut a little, we can draw a little tracing on there, and then you can just cut it. I'm just going to hurry and cut mine really quick here. Now after you cut your mouse out or your heart out, don't throw away this little piece of paper yet, okay? We're going to use that for something in just a minute. So you see now we have the shape of the mouse body, okay? And then I just put a little bit of glue on the inside of my mouse body to hold him together, okay? Then, if you want your mouse to have a long wiggly tail, you can use your scrap paper for that, okay? So you can just cut you out a little squiggly tail. A lot of mice have long tails, so if you want to cut you out a longer one, you can, or a shorter one, okay? And then you're just going to attach your little mouse tail right there to the end of your mouse, okay? Now, for your bright colored pink paper, that's going to be our ear, okay? Again, super simple, fold it in half. Maybe you want your mouse to have big ears. Maybe you want them to have small ears. So whatever color heart you want to cut out, that will be your mouse ear, okay? So see that heart right there? And then I put the heart on the mouse, and then you cut one more little heart out of your pink scrap paper. Again, do not feel like you have to keep up with me. It is really, really okay to just take your time and do this. This is just a little video to show you how. So then you take your tiny heart and you glue or you tape it on your bigger heart, okay? And then you take your mouse and you just put his little ear right there, okay? So super simple. And also, I did a couple of the bright colored pink, and I did some whiskers on my mouse. So whatever you would like to do. And then all I did from there was to draw an eyeball, and I made a little black nose on him. So this is similar to what your mouse should look like when you're done. Okay? All right, so that's craft number 1. Our second one goes along with our video that we're playing for you today called Jack Be Nimble. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, Jack jumped over the candlestick. So we're going to see how high you guys can jump because you're going to make a candlestick. Okay, so you're going to take one of your plates. You should have 2 in your bag. Okay, and you'll take one of them. Then you'll take your full piece of paper. So there's only one full piece of paper in there, and you will roll it up to make a little tube. So can you kind of see how that works with my candlestick over here, you want to put a couple of pieces of tape on it to hold it together, or glue, either one. And then if you'll look at my plate, I cut some strips on the bottom of my candle so I could tape my candle onto my plate. Okay, so that's all I did right there. And then the last thing you would want to do on that one is to take your tiny orange piece of paper and make your candle be lit so you can make a little flame on your candle. Okay, so that one's super simple. And then you guys can practice jumping over it just like Jack did in our video. All right. Okay, our next one is Hey Diddle Diddle. The cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such a sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon. So that's where your other plate comes in, okay? So your plate comes in, and you're going to look for this piece of paper in your kit. Okay, so this one looks like a spoon, and it looks like it's got feet and arms, okay? And you're gonna cut those out. So you can do that first or you can do that later. You can color it. You can color it any color you'd like. I also drew some eyes. I'll draw some eyes on there. And then I drew a mouth. I think I'll change and do a red mouth. Oh, my red marker doesn't work great. Okay, so that's what I did with my spoon, okay? But you could color it or anything, all right? So that's your spoon. And then these two legs right here are to put on your dish. Because how does the dish run away if it doesn't have any legs? So you cut out those legs. And then again, I drew some eyes and a mouth on my plate. I attach my legs on the back of my plate, and then I put my spoon right beside of my dish. And the dish ran away with the spoon. So that's that craft, okay? All right, your next one is super simple. I don't really have to go over much with you on this one. This is just a little make-a-scene for Humpty Dumpty, okay? So what you would do is you would color all of this, make it super cute, color it all up, and then you would cut out your figures down here, and then you can make the little Humpty Dumpty scene, okay? I'll show you mine that's finished. Okay, so Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. So if you don't want to tape these on, that's totally fine. You could keep them off, and then you can make the horses and the men ride in to try to help Humpty or anything like that. So you don't have to tape those on there if you don't want to. I taped them on mine, but just so I wouldn't lose them. But you could keep those off. Maybe if you had a popsicle stick or a pencil or something, you could put them on and they could be little puppets or something like that. So you could do something like that. So that's your little Humpty scene. And our very last one is my favorite one because it's this little piggy. So you're going to pull this sheet out of your bag, okay? And you're going to want to color. You're going to want to color your feet right here. You don't have to color these, but you don't want to lose those. So here is my foot. Okay, so I colored that, and I colored my toenails red because that's what color my toenails are right now. So there's my little toes, okay? And then if you color your little pigs, so all of your little pigs right there, color those up too, and then you can do your little pigs. So this little pig went to market. This little pig stayed home. Oh, he's sleeping too, huh? This little pig had roast beef. And this little pig had none. Look how sad he looks because he doesn't have any roast beef on his plate. And this little pig cried wee, 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 wee all the way home. And again, you could tape those on if you wanted to, or you could just have them loose so you could do the little nursery rhyme like I just did, okay? And if you'll notice on your paper up here in the corner, there's your little nursery rhyme for you, okay? So you have all of that. So those are your crafts for this week. Now, there were a couple of extra things in your bags. These are your prizes for this week. So you've got a little piggy, and he's actually an eraser, but I think he's pretty cute. Look at his little snout. So you've got a little piggy, and then what was Humpty Dumpty? What did we do with Humpty Dumpty? What shape was he? He was an egg. Humpty was an egg. So you have an egg in your bag today, and if you open that egg up, some of them may have little pieces of tape on them. If you open that egg up, I think there might be a treat in there. So in this one, I got some Smarties and I got a Jawbreaker. Okay, so that's your little treat for today. Okay, all right. So I have a challenge for you guys for this week. I want each of you to try to memorize one nursery rhyme. Okay? You can find all kinds of nursery rhymes online. You can find them in books. And I bet your moms and dads and all of your families know all kinds of different nursery rhymes. But if you feel comfortable and you memorize a nursery rhyme, we would love for you to film it and send it to us on our Facebook page. Now, you should be watching this video on our YouTube page, but if you want to send us a video of you reciting one of the nursery rhymes, then do it on our Facebook page, okay? And I'll give you just a couple little hints. So there's Jack and Jill, there's Little Bo Peep, there's Little Miss Muffet, there's Starlight Starbright, Pat a Cake, Pat a Cake. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. I bet most of you guys know this one too. It's a song. The Itsy Bitsy Spider, Old Mother Hubbard, Ba Ba Black Sheep, and Rain, Rain, Go Away. Okay, so there are lots of fun nursery rhymes out there, and there's tons more than just the ones that we talked about today. This is different than we normally do summer reading, kids, but we hope that you enjoyed it. We miss you at the library. The library is open. Come in and get books. Come in and say hi. But for now, we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.